Coming up on Studio 13 Live, popular Netflix show You is back for a 4th season, but we'll tell you why fans are a little divided on this.
And 2 local brothers stop by to cook up a mean sandwich from their Ballard restaurant.
Plus, we're sitting down with Jen Krakowski and Randy Jackson to talk about Celebrity Name That Tune.
Then we're learning how to make our own jewelry with a local artist. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today.
Hello and welcome to Studio 13 Live. We are so excited that you're visiting with us today. I'm Mireya Garcia.
And I'm Carly Henderson. Y'all were feeling the show yesterday. We feel the love. It's been so fun putting this on for you, and we're so glad you're here with us. And we matched today. Let's just acknowledge that. We matched the set.
It's gonna happen. It's all
We just
right.
need someone in purple now, and we will be set.
We hope you at home are wearing a little purple
Yes.
for us.
I also hope you got your ticket for the Mega Millions jackpot. Did you?
I have not bought it yet, but I'm considering, because this is an historic amount of money we're talking about. I mean, $1 billion?
Yeah, $1.1 billion. This is the largest pot in Mega Millions history.
But do you have a history with the lottery at all?
I like what you did there. No, I don't. Not at all. To be honest, I think it's great that somebody's going to win $1 billion. I would really, or $1 million. I would really, really like to break this up a little bit and have everyone win like $1,000 that bought their tickets.
You are so kind.
Yeah.
I have played it in the past, but the thing is that, well, I is generous. So my husband bought a couple of tickets the last time around without telling me, but he used my credit card, and then he said, "Babe, we won $8."
Hey!
So he kept a couple, I kept a couple, and we called it good.
That's like half a meal at a restaurant. There you
go.
go.
Exactly. You know, whether you want to buy some takeout or go out to eat, you know what's really nice? Sitting at home watching a little Netflix sometimes.
Nothing better.
I know. Well, there is a show people are obsessed with. Netflix is gearing up for season 4 of the hugely popular psychological drama, You.
Yeah, so the streaming service just released the trailer for the new season, and it looks like Joe is hiding in plain sight. So it showcases Joe.
Why are you here? Did you kill someone?
Or did someone break your heart?
Did you break my heart, Mireya? Heartbreak is always a catalyst for a new path.
You're a murderer, Joe.
You're wrong about me. I'm gonna prove it to you.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun. So as you see there, it showcases Joe Goldberg, his latest persona as a university professor, turning a new page after another failed romance and subsequent slaying, and not the good kind of slaying. Season 4 will drop in 2 parts, the first half on February 9th, and then the second on March 9th.
You know, this show is just so spooky. And yes, there are some like graphic death scenes, but the spookiest part to me is the part that feels real, the part where he's following people. It's all very spooky. And if you ever struggled with a person who doesn't look like they could be a weirdo, but then they are, oh man, I don't like it.
I'm feeling like this is from personal experience, Mireya. You're scaring me.
No,
Tell me about this.
No, I'm just saying that sometimes, you know, we think that we can read a person, and that's actually the basis of the show. You think you can read a person, and sometimes you can't. People hide who they are.
I mean, he's hot. Joe Goldberg is hot. Let's just say it. I'm really hoping that for season 4, they bring back some of their old characters. Like Jenna Ortega from season 2 in Los Angeles. She's obviously blown up now with Wednesday and all the cool projects that she's done since then. Paco, his old neighbor. If you watch season 1, you remember him as a neighbor. I think that would be really cool to have him back. So I'm really excited about some of the cast that's coming up too. Lucas Gage, who was on, sorry to do it again, I'm obsessed with White Lotus. He was on the first season of White Lotus. He worked at the hotel, but I saw him in the trailer, so I think that's going to be really good. And I don't know if you remember, but he was the person who kind of went viral at the beginning of the pandemic for his Zoom audition airing, where the director didn't know that it was that Lucas could hear him, and he was talking about how like crappy his apartment was.
Oh, no.
And then Lucas was like, this is why I need the job. So now he's getting the job and he's doing all these cool shows. So it's cool to kind of see him succeed.
Zoom troubles, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oof. And I know you mentioned that this series is going to be split into two, and that is a 2-part season that is becoming the trend for Netflix. In fact, Emily in Paris, my go-to. It's fun, it's silly, but fans are eagerly awaiting the second part of season 3. So it's just kind of frustrating because it's like they know that you can binge it, but they still want to create that sort of anticipation.
Definitely, and keep it in the conversation for longer, so even more people watch it. I love Emily in Paris as well. I'm also watching that show. I'm so behind on it. I didn't even know that the season stopped because that's how far behind I am. So as much as when you're watching a show, you want to be able to binge it completely at the same time. I'm a really slow TV watcher, so I kind of appreciate this, to be honest. It's fine.
We're busy.
For now.
We got a lot of stuff going on.
Totally.
It's all right. But here is what you at home had to say about this whole trend of dropping a series in parts. So let's take a look. We have Charlie here who says actually prefer it because then the climax of the season isn't spoiled right away. I actually have time to watch most of the season over the next month while everybody is rushing. I get that, my friend.
Angel says, quit doing parts. It's not hot.
Jay over here says, ideally, though, it'll never happen. I'd love it if an episode for a limited series released daily. Ooh, so a little old school. Because weekly episodes are just too slow, the entire season dropping raises the chance of spoilers. But if you, as a show, was released 1 episode a day, every day until the season finished, then that would be perfect for Jay.
Okay.
That's a lot of pressure to
Val
me.
supports it. They say, I love this formula.
David here saying Netflix needs to stop splitting these into parts.
Ryan says, why has Netflix now become obsessed with splitting seasons in 2 parts? It's infuriating.
Obviously, big opinions on this one.
I know. I feel like it works, though. So 2 of the biggest names in hip-hop are now collaborating on a new project. 50 Cent and Eminem. They're coming together again. But this time, it's actually not for an album. So the 2002 movie 8 Mile told the fictionalized story of Eminem's life.
And I remember this movie like it was yesterday. It came out when I was in high school, so it's like burned into my brain.
Brittany
I was
Murphy.
a woman obsessed, really.
Yes.
I just loved it. And now, 21 years later, the rapper 50 Cent's revealing that he and Eminem are doing this 8 Mile TV series, but it's not going to be a remake, which I think a lot of fans probably were worried about. I know I was. The idea about this show is actually showing Eminem growing up. Did you ever watch 8 Mile?
I did watch 8 Mile. I thought it was kind of depressing, to be honest. He's been honest about his life. You listen to all of his songs, which I've listened to a lot of Eminem, especially when I was younger. But this kind of sounds like a depressing show, to be honest. I don't watch that many dramas. I'm more of a comedy, reality show. I like to escape a little bit. So I don't know. Are you going to watch it?
A good drama is for me, but I can't do it like in a row. I cannot binge that. But really, more than 8 Mile the movie, the thing I remember is the soundtrack. I can
So
hear it
good.
in my head. And in our media tech class, we all use that song over like little videos we make. Of
You've
the,
only got one shot.
yeah,
One
especially the
opportunity.
football game. We had a good football team back in high school. Hello, Eagle Pass. But yeah, it was so great. So what I'm really looking forward to, actually, more than the series, is seeing what music comes out of it.
Oh yeah, that's good. I'll be here for the soundtrack as well. Good idea. Do you like scary movies?
Absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not.
0%.
Were you? So you weren't a fan of Chucky growing up, I'm guessing.
No, girl, it's too creepy.
Well, there's a new creepy doll in town, and this one's name is Megan, and that's Megan with a 3, and Megan actually stands for Model 3 Generative Android. Megan was released in theaters this past week, and some people are calling this an instant cult classic. So the film features a lifelike doll that you see right there. This doll is programmed to be a child's friend, teacher, playmate, and protector, but as you can guess, things kind of take a turn with unimaginable consequences. So this kind of reminds me of this book I love called Clara and the Sun.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we've read it, and it's so great. It was written by Kazuo Ishiguro, and it was a book about a sweet little girl that had a doll similar to this, actually. So I would be so interested in figuring out how it is that this came about. But that book was like sweet and sad. This is, as we see in the video right now, just freaky. Now, Megan, this movie premiered in LA last month and has already received a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. That says a whole lot, I guess.
That's a really high score, yeah. I don't usually like movies like this, and I would never watch Chucky by choice. If that is ever on, I am covering my eyes because I just get too scared. But I don't know, this one is getting a lot of hype. I'm pretty intrigued by it. Allison Williams is in it, who's amazing. She's obviously in Get Out, which is kind of horror comedy as well. So I feel like I do want to watch this and see what everybody's talking about. The only thing, I was actually looking it up last night to see if I could rent it. It's not available online yet. I don't want to go to theaters to see this one.
No.
I want to watch it at home and then watch something light and something.
You know what I want to do? I want somebody to watch it and then tell me all about it. So, you know, if you're out there, send me a tweet.
Yeah, let us know. Their marketing team is also killing it. So at the premiere, they had a group of 8 Megans do a choreographed dance to Taylor Swift's It's Nice to Have a Friend. This is great marketing here. It's featured in the trailer. How creepy and how cool is that?
It's just creepy.
It's just creepy.
It's just creepy.
True. But it's memorable. And so if anyone is there, they're probably Googling, what are all of these little creepy dolls? And they're going to maybe go see Megan.
All right, so check this out. I need to know what all of you at home would do in this particular situation. The internet is actually divided over a woman's decision to leave her boyfriend stranded at the airport to go on their planned vacation. So they were supposed to go together. So let's break it down. Here's what happened. The couple had an overseas trip planned, big deal. Boyfriend left his passport at home, and instead of riding back with him to get it and missing her flight, because that's what would have happened, she was like, peace out, Cub Scout, I'm going without you. Now, apparently, the woman says that she and her boyfriend have been together for 3 years and that he has a habit of forgetting things that are important. The boyfriend was upset and says that he's probably not going to book another flight and won't be meeting her. So who's in the wrong here?
I mean, I think the boyfriend's in the wrong, to be honest. I don't blame her at all for continuing on. If I was a person who left my passport at home, I would say, you should go enjoy yourself, get yourself a Mai Tai on the beach, enjoy yourself, and I'll be back behind you. I'm booking another flight and I'm going to come hang out.
Wow. So here's the thing. I would be livid and you would never hear the end of it. But I don't think I could leave my husband behind.
Really?
Yeah, I think that we would have to try and like fix it. And honestly, like, he's a little forgetful sometimes, but I've done my own damage forgetting stuff. I once left a wallet at a Starbucks and then left for Iceland.
Oh no!
So I've done a little bad stuff like that too. So I think that when it's a habit though, it's hard to feel bad for you.
Yeah, but also I feel like he's sulking at this point.
Yes.
He's saying, well, I'm not going to take another flight out. Well, then enjoy yourself at home. And then if this is going to be an issue, kind of sounds like it is, maybe break up and let the girlfriend enjoy her time on this trip. Come on, trips are expensive. You get time off.
That's true.
Let her go enjoy her life.
All right, well, tell us what you think about this one. You can find us on social media. Take a look at your screen here. There it is, under Studio 13 on Fox, and tell us what you think. All right, coming up, we're sitting down with our social media expert to get the latest on the TikTok trends. She's going to explain what this AI filter is all about that everyone is using.
We might have used it. You'll see it in a little bit. And Hilary Swank actually came up with a very clever plan to hide her pregnancy with twins while filming. Stay tuned to find out how she kept this from her cast and crew. We'll be right back.
Today we have a message that homeowners need to hear. Hunt's Care Club can help you take care of your home, whether you have an emergency repair, maintenance, or you're making an upgrade. Issues with your heating? Hunt's has you covered. Need your ducts cleaned? Hunt's does that. Looking to upgrade your electrical system or maybe add a charger for an electric vehicle? Hunt's can do it. Plumbing or sewer connection? Hunt's is ready to be your licensed plumbing contractor. A Hunt's Care Club membership will save you 10% on most repairs. Plus, it will get you to the front of the scheduling line and comes with extended warranties. All that for the low price of $29.99 a month. Log on to huntservices.com and see for yourself why there are already more than 900 Happy Care Club members. Financing is available for most jobs. Get on the horn and call Hunts. They will protect your home. Now back to the show.
All right, it's time to take a look at what is trending on TikTok.
Yeah, the kids are up to so much on TikTok these days, and we're helping you make sense about what in the world they're talking about. And to help us decipher exactly what is going on here, we're bringing in Fox 13 social media expert Justine Baker.
Hey, Justine.
Hi.
Thanks for hanging with us again.
I'm so happy to be here.
Give us the scoop about this New Year's resolution bingo card.
Yes, absolutely. People online are turning their New Year's resolutions into bingo cards to help accomplish their 2023 goals.
Okay.
So what do you guys think about that? Would you give it a try?
I would. I like a game.
I love a game. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I'm more of a vision board girl, but why not try something new?
Yeah, I think I'm very competitive, so
Yeah.
I would love to just cross off all of my goals.
I know. Whenever I have an actual checklist is when I get the most done.
Yes.
So.
And I love the idea of like getting bingo if you just put your goals just so, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe like a couple easy ones and then a hard one to give you a little challenge. I don't know.
You gotta feel good and keep going.
I'm always thinking of ways to trick myself into doing something, you know?
Right. Yep, I definitely think it would work for me.
Well, now that's not the only trend that we're talking about, right? What else we got?
So here's a fun one. A few weeks ago, people were paying to have AI generators create selfies set in different time periods. TikTok came up with a similar filter, and it's free. Here's the video.
Okay. Let's take a look. All right. Oh, I love this dad-son duo on TikTok. Oh my, interesting. Now this
That's
is free
amazing.
though, because the original AIs, you had to pay for that.
Yes,
this
you
is
have to
free.
pay for that one. So this one is free, and I heard that you guys gave it a try too.
We did.
We might have done that. Check it
We
out.
did.
Here's mine. There we
There
go.
she
That's in our
is.
beautiful bathroom here at Fox 13.
I like your dress.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you. I even got a little flower crown. Clearly, I was
Yeah.
feeling that one.
And you liked it.
I liked it. I'm not mad at it. I'm pretty good. Oh,
There's
you.
me.
Oh,
Who is that?
Hello.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. Whoever that is, she looks lovely, but I just don't think that looks like me.
I heard someone say nobody thinks that theirs look like them, but
Yeah.
everyone's do.
Do you think it kind of look like me?
A little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you
I
think mine
think so.
does?
Oh, yeah.
Yours 100% looks like
100%.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Okay,
Yours,
Yeah.
I'd say maybe
A little bit.
70%.
I didn't do the trick. There is a trick I saw on TikTok where you need to like back up in a certain way.
Get a
you know,
good
like this is
angle.
me at home with the dang phone, you know, like trying to get it just right, and I couldn't figure it out.
Oh my gosh, so fun. Are you going to do it?
I think I might try it.
Yeah, you should do
I
it.
don't
You'll have
know
to
if
share
mine
with
would look
us.
Like, yes, I definitely will share it.
All right, well, it was great to chat with you. Social media expert Justine Baker, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome back. We are joined by Samantha Slater, who's been teaching jewelry making classes in Seattle for the past 13 years. You were just keeping us all blinged out.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We are just so excited for you to be here, but we have to know, how is it that you came up with this as your passion?
Well, accidentally. I was waiting for my green card and needed something to do with my hands. And so started tinkering with jewelry making, discovered a love for it, and then decided it would be really great to share it with whoever wanted to learn.
Oh my gosh, and you make such beautiful handmade pieces too. We were just admiring in the commercial break before this how cool all of her jewelry is. Tell us about some of your classes because people can actually learn how to make this.
Yeah, so I do private and one-on-ones in my little studio in Greenwood. You learn anything from super beginner beading, and I have a very popular basic soldering class, all the way up to stone setting, working with gold, making engagement rings, etc.
Oh, that's so cool.
And we are so lucky, girl, because you are going to teach us how to do something. So what are you going to teach us?
I'm basically going to show you how to take wire. I've done a little bit of the prep work, but it goes into a shape. You then are going to solder it, and then I'm going to have the two of you actually shape the ring into a round ring after soldering.
Okay.
But I thought I would demo a little bit of a
Yes, please
flame
show
action
us.
for
All
you.
right, we're
Please
going to get
do.
some close-ups of you doing just that here in a minute.
Cool.
All righty.
So what is that?
So this is called flux. It's a chemical that actually helps the solder to flow, and it keeps the metal clean while you're trying to do your job with the flame.
Okay.
So it is an essential part of the soldering process.
Okay. So we're going to get pretty lit today.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You guys, I love a pun.
And then this is a little bit of solder that you need obviously to do soldering, and you'll put it on the seam, and then you make sure that everything's flush and clean, and
this will link it together to make it circular, right?
yes, it's exactly. It's harder, well, stronger than concrete, better than glue. It works great. It's a permanent, basically, way of binding the metal.
And while you're doing that, I have to say that I feel like people might not think of jewelry making as like something that requires fire, but it sure does.
It can, yes. It's actually really magical. You're using a lot of chemistry and science, and then the heat makes everything transform, and then you'll see the metal goes a weird color. And so you actually, after this, have to put it in a mild acid solution to clean it back up. And then it's ready for you to shape it. And then once it's shaped, there you go. Beautiful sorted rings.
Look at that.
And then once these are shaped, you'd actually put them in a machine called a tumbler, and they tumble for about 2 to 8 hours, depending. And that cleans it up all nicely, makes it hard enough to wear, polishes it pretty, and so they'll end up looking like that.
So cool.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at that difference. Amazing.
Right? Yeah, so it goes from this crazy look.
So it kind of gets some of the burnt part off, the ashes
Exactly.
off.
It gets the oxidation and the leftover flux off of there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's the next step?
Alrighty, so I want the two of you to get your rings.
Okay.
And this crazy heavy tool, it's called a mandrel.
Oh, this
is heavy. I was like, slow motion picking this up.
Kind of want you to push it against your sternum, so you're going to use that as an extra way to hold it. You're then going to take the ring and slide it onto the mandrel.
Okay.
You're going to try and hold with your non-dominant thumb.
Do we like pull down pretty
pull it
hard?
down, get it as far as it'll go.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Then hold with your non-dominant thumb. Get your mallets.
Oh my gosh.
Goodbye thumb.
All right.
Now, 2 things. Make sure you aren't hammering like this, because over time you'll hurt yourself. Hold right at the base of the mallet.
Okay.
And then when you hit, you want to get straight up and down. You don't want any kind of angle.
Okay.
And you're basically going to gently hammer. You can either move your thumb and move the ring around, or move the whole mandrel.
But you moving that whole mandrel.
Hammer to get the ring perfectly round.
Now, do we hammer like we're mad at it, or do we just kind of hammer a little bit?
I mean, you could, but
I don't want to flatten it out. Yeah.
Okay, so it's more gentle.
Yeah, and you won't flatten with the mallet.
Oh, okay,
okay.
And then to check, you would look down the length, make sure it is actually round. There's like no little
I feel like it's
bumps.
round.
Yeah.
That happened quickly.
Right?
Things escalated quickly.
And then you could pull it off.
Okay.
Check that it's round.
It is.
And then you do the try-on test.
My favorite part.
It fits. I mean, I love it even just like this.
Very nice.
Hello.
We're blinging over here.
Yes, I love it.
This is great.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty. Excellent. So talk to me about how people can go from this to this. This is expert work.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Years and years of practice. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I do a mentored study as well, which if you're interested in growing and like developing skills, we would do it for about 6 months, and then I basically dive into whatever you're specifically trying to learn. And you can learn things like this, where you do stone setting, or you make stacking rings, or whatever it is, and we like grow your line for you.
That's amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you know, if people out there at home want to learn to do this, I got some info from you. You can check out Samantha Slater's studio and her beautiful work. We do have that info online for you at our website, fox13seattle.com, and you just click on links for Studio 13 Live.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, ladies.
Yeah, come see us again. You have a really cool style, by the way, too.
Oh, you're so
I love
sweet.
it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
How fun was it making jewelry?
It was so fun. I feel so accomplished.
I know. And it's hard work to get good, but we were lucky enough to just do a little bit extra.
We were. I feel like we have friendship rings now.
Yay!
We're rocking it. So Name That Tune is actually back on Fox this week with a celebrity twist.
Yes, celebrities will be competing for a chance to win money for charity. And we got a chance to sit down with the host, Jane Krakowski, and band leader Randy Jackson to chat about their new season.
Hello, Randy. Hi, Jane. So good to see you. We're so excited for season 3 of Celebrity Name That Tune.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's so fun because I feel like when I'm watching it, I'm playing along too. It's one of those game shows where you're like very invested as a viewer.
Absolutely. We love when people play along at home.
Yes, we love it too. And talk to us about some of the amazing guests that you have coming up.
Well, season 3 is all celebrities playing for their charities of choice. And it's a cornucopia of celebrities from all different worlds. One of my favorite celebrities that came on this year was Chris Jericho from, the wrestling world, which I had no idea how much music he would know and what an entertainer he was. He was mega fun. Todrick Hall does really well on our show. My dear friend Jack McBrayer from 30 Rock Days came and played. Randy's got some American Idol folks that came back.
Good time had by all. It's a fun party.
A fun party, a cornucopia. I love that vocab there, Jane. What celebrities have you had on that were unexpectedly good or maybe even surprisingly bad?
I think I've zoned out the ones that were incredibly bad.
Yeah.
We found that the Olympians do really well, right? I think if they're it's sort of in a competitive world for what they do, I think they bring that competitive spirit to the game too, which is really fun, right, Randy?
And music is such a part of the Olympics. Even if they're gymnasts or whatever, they do the floor dance. Mm-hmm. You play basketball, you play whatever the activity is. A track star, music's a big part. See people walk around with headphones all the time when they're training and working out and preparing. Yeah. So, but you'd be shocked at how good they are or aren't. Surprising. You got to watch to check it out.
I love that. And Randy, Jane, you have to tell me, have you ever encountered a celebrity that didn't know their own song?
I don't know if it was that so much, but there was
I don't think we've ever put the celebrity to the test of their own hit song yet.
There was one celebrity that didn't know a song that they'd been listening to since they were 4. Oh, no. Or 1. But that was interesting. We won't name names. All
right. You guys are both icons. And Randy, I feel like you really impacted the cultural lexicon with It's a No for Me, Dog. What are your thoughts on this?
Listen, I'm telling you something, man. That caught on. What's funny? I was thinking about it the other day. I was watching something and somebody says, you're in it to win it. I'm like, what is going on with these phrases? I mean, it's where I was on Idol. It's what we were doing. It's part of the dog's vernacular. You know what I'm saying, Seattle? The dog does have a vernacular.
And Jane, I don't know if you know this, but I'm obsessed with White Lotus, and I was on the Reddit for this. People on Reddit want you to be in White Lotus season 3. What would you say if you were asked to do that show?
Oh my gosh, I'm as obsessed as you are.
I would do it with you, Jane. I would do it with you if you asked me.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Oh, I love White Lotus so much. It would be my honor to be a part of White Lotus season 3. Wherever they need me to go, I'm there.
You heard it here.
Yeah, Sardinia, Brazil, wherever. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with us. And be sure to check out the season premiere of Celebrity Name That Tune. That is happening Wednesday, January 11th on Fox.
I think we might be seeing her on the next season.
So fun.
She might be going to Asia.
We are in the Jane fan club sure.
They were wonderful. So fun to chat with them.
So some women going through great lengths to hide their pregnancy, in those early trimesters. It can be difficult, especially if you're not ready to tell people. But get this, Hilary Swank actually came up with this $1 million idea to hide her own pregnancy while she was filming Alaska Daily.
Yeah, so she was expecting twins with her husband, Philip Schneider, and she had to film a 2-minute scene running. Well, 2 minutes generally takes about 2 hours in the production world. So instead, she told her team that she was a really bad runner and needed a stunt double. And they were like, you need a stunt double to run. And then she had to prove that she was a bad runner.
Yeah, this is a wild one. Okay, so she was in this so much that when the crew tried to correct her running form, it did not work out. So nobody knew about her pregnancy, and she got what she wanted. She was able to hide it until she revealed it later in the year. It's a tricky time, and I know for her also being an older mom, it can be a little bit scary. And, personally, I think that a woman should be able to talk about her pregnancy if she chooses to, even if it's in the early trimester when that's usually not recommended by some people. But equally, I think you should respect it if someone isn't ready to talk about it. So it's kind of an interesting thing.
Can you imagine the behind the scenes on this movie set where they're saying,
like how she's running?
She says she's a bad runner, so we need to find a stunt double
played a
up in here. She's like, yeah, no kidding. She's like the opposite of Tom Cruise, who is literally driving a motorcycle off a cliff and then base jumping.
Yeah.
She's like, Hilary Swank can't run.
Whatever you got to say.
But it worked. It worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
So R&B singer SZA officially made history with her sophomore album titled SOS. It's been sitting at the top of the Billboard 200 charts, breaking multiple records, including the first R&B album by a woman to spend its first 4 weeks at #1.
Love it.
And this is the first time since Alicia Keys' As I Am, which was all the way back in 2008.
Wow.
SOS sold the equivalent of 125,000 albums in the US with 162 million streams. And now SZA is actually set to kick off her first arena tour next month. So catch her on tour while you can. She's going to be playing stadium soon.
That is so amazing. And
Yeah.
also just, how much cooler are you than me? Because I didn't know that was pronounced SZA. You taught me something today,
I love
girl.
music. I'm always listening
Yeah.
to the new music, so
Yeah.
I'll keep you in the loop
In the
on
break,
that.
what, Za, Sizzler.
Well, what I think is cool is that like people on the internet, I'm not even going to say fans, but people on the internet were saying like SZA and Taylor Swift, they have this feud now for the #1 spot, and they're just always trying to pit females against each other.
I
But
don't like
SZA
that.
shut it right down. She said, I have nothing but love and support for Taylor. She's an amazing writer. She's an amazing singer. So I love that they just didn't let that happen,
Yeah, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Don't let people do that to you.
Yeah. It is January 10th. Are your Christmas decorations still up?
Uh-oh.
Well, wait, are yours?
Yes.
No, really?
Yes. It's just, you got to take them down, put them away. It's a whole thing.
Well, apparently you're in good company because 41% of people still have some of their Christmas decorations up and 17% still have all of them up. The people that are most likely to still have their decorations up are, not Mireya, males that live in the Northeast and are millennials.
I'm a millennial, so
there you go.
that
You got
would
one of
make
those.
sense. Yeah.
I take mine down like the 26th of December.
You are so good.
I don't know. There's something about when Christmas is over, I don't want to hear the music anymore. And I love it. I love
But just
listening
for
to
the
Christmas
moment.
music for the moment. I think it's the perfect amount of time. And once it's over, I'm like, let's think about this new year. Let's get it going.
Get it, girl.
We love talking about relationships
Yes.
here at the show. And starting a new relationship, such an exciting time. A lot of people actually want to share the news with their friends and family on Instagram. But can we also just say a little prayer for the graveyard of failed relationships posted on their grids? Is that dramatic enough for you? Because of this, some people choose to soft launch their relationship instead. Now that's when you kind of share a photo dump of like 10 different images, and then maybe the 7th photo has their hand and a second wine glass or an ice cream cone, or maybe you just snap a photo of you at a fancy dinner and there's a second plate there. Kind of genius. It's like a little Easter egg, so you don't actually show their face until way later in the relationship. How do you feel about this?
This is like high-tech problems, if you ask me. I don't know. I kind of like, kind of shuffle between like just make the announcement, but then you don't owe anybody anything. It just seems like you might be nervous about the new relationship if you're doing this.
That's
I don't know.
true. I think it's smart. I think it's you got to take precautions because you never know. Maybe you want to share an experience. Maybe you want to make an ex a little bit jealous and show them that.
Hello.
And I feel like once you put that person's face out there and start telling the story of your relationship, other people want to know if it ends and why it ended, what happened. I can't tell you how many people I know where I was following them, they had this significant other and then they just disappeared. Even an old coworker who got married, and then that person's no longer, and then he was with somebody else, and I was like, wait, I need an explanation here. So, you don't need to soft launch a marriage, but for any relationship that isn't that serious, I think it's kind of a good idea. You don't get everyone's hopes up. People are rooting for you out there, I
feel like I have a similar experience with a lot of people in my life who, you hit your 30s, maybe your 40s, and suddenly only pictures of yourself and the dog. And then like 2 years later, a new face pops up.
Right. This is the same thing we're talking about.
No, exactly. It's
we need
same,
answers.
Yeah, we want answers, but I guess at the end of the day, you don't owe us any answers.
That's true. Well, it's certainly got a lot of people talking. We got to talk about some of these comments that people were tweeting out. Let's have a look at these.
All right, let's check out tag board. Danielle, I thought we just did this to make exes jealous.
Yep, and looks like Tyler Kenny said, Cardi said it best, if ain't no ring on the finger, you're not mine.
AV says, as a dude, I like this too. I don't like the idea of my face being posted.
Erica said, it's more fun to keep them guessing when it's a breakup, you know?
Very interesting. Morgan says, I'm obsessed with a soft launch boyfriend reveal culture. I love it. I love it. Guys, thank you so much for sharing these with us. It's always fun to hear what you have to say.
I know, I love it.
Well, one chocolate candy company changing up their branding to celebrate International Women's Day.
I love International Women's Day.
I swear I saw it behind me, but there she is. There it is. I think people probably freaked out because it's upside down, but that's how it's supposed to be. Their new packaging campaign, which features female spokes candies, brown, green, and their new buddy, purple, appearing upside down. M&M asking its audience to nominate women in their lives that are helping flip the status quo, and then the winners will have a chance to be featured on their platform and get $10K. This is nice to fund their calling.
That's cool. In addition to that, M&M's is donating $1 from every International Women's Day pack to multiple nonprofit organizations, including She Is the Music, which focuses on equality, inclusivity, and opportunity for women in music. So that's cool. The campaign definitely got some mixed reviews online, though. Let's check out some of these.
Back to tag board we go. Okay, LB says another brand of products to cross off my list due to rubbish woke virtue signaling. All right.
Wow, okay, cool anime wallpapers says, well, that's a nice name. This is everything M&M's, thank you. Well, they're feeling it.
Yeah, and the $8 man says, my wife is a stay-at-home mom raising our kids, and that is flipping the status quo in a modern era where she is looked down upon, oh no, and ridiculed by companies like you. Oh, I feel like maybe the $8 man is dealing with some other emotions. I don't think M&M said anything directly, but you know what? I think you can be doing so many different things in your life that feels like you're flipping the status quo, and if you're proud and if you're confident, do you.
I know. If you like it, buy it. If you don't buy it.
Yeah. Well, we are going to do my favorite activity. We're going to take a peek at the wilder side of Zillow. Whether it's kooky or jaw-dropping, we are here for it. And today's house could be a dream for some people, but the reality here is that a lot of us probably can't afford it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Okay, so Zillow Gone Wild featured this one on Twitter. This house, or I guess let's just call it an estate, because that's what it is. It's coming to us out of La Jolla, California, and it will cost you a cool $49 million. Wow. There's 10 baths, 14 bathrooms, and 32 acres. Kind of sounds like a dream property.
You know, it certainly has its own style, though, because it's giving me like White House with a little bit of French opulence. And have we seen the kitchen yet? I saw the picture of the kitchen on this thing, and it is like the whitest kitchen I've ever seen. I would be so scared to touch anything.
I know, I love the look of white kitchens, but they do scare me. I mean, those bedroom, look, wait, this is a dog spa?
Yes, there was a whole dog spa in there.
2 floors, and I just, that dog spa really throws me over the top. I don't know if we can hang with those dogs. They're very lucky.
Very
and that carpet is very blue.
Very blue, yeah. Well, would you live here, though?
Absolutely. Give me a $49 million house. I'm in, baby. I will pack my bags today.
Yeah, it is absolutely glorious, but it is still for sale because it's a lot of bags of money that we're talking about here. And I had someone help me do the math because, you know, I needed the help. But a $49 million mortgage comes out to $286,000 a month.
Whew. I mean, I've got that laying around.
Yeah,
no
biggie.
No problem. Yeah, that's amazing. If you've spotted a wild Zillow entry that you want to tell us about, please find us on social media at Studio 13 on Fox.
Yeah, my favorite ones are the really weird, kooky ones.
I really like the ones that let me kind of dream about my future.
Aww.
What kind of future I can give my dog, let's be honest.
Honestly, that's what it really comes down to. Oh, it is time for Emerald City Eats, and do you hear the sizzle, baby? Because it sounds delicious. I am here with Dan and Ben Crookston with Mean Sandwich out in Ballard. It is so great to have you guys here.
Mireya.
Oh my gosh. So talk to me about what we're doing here, because I got to know.
So I've already got our famous corned beef already in the pan sizzling away. I'm gonna set a weight on top of it so that we get a nice good sear on the bottom. We'll flip that in just a minute. We're gonna go ahead and butter our pan just for our buns.
With Kerrygold, no less.
Kerrygold.
I love it.
This is a good technique at home too.
Oh,
Hot
really?
pan, butter.
So here's
butter
the thing.
in hand.
My husband always gets after me because I just throw everything before the pan's hot, and he's like, "Girl, no. You gotta wait." Is that right? Is that
wait.
true?
You do gotta wait. Especially
agree.
for bread, the My Artifact doesn't take until like 324 degrees, so you want that nice and seared so you don't get your bread real soggy with the butter before it starts toasting, unless that's your thing.
No,
Yep.
No, I'm always disappointed in my own food, so I'm learning from some masters here today.
And the corned beef we braised off the day before for about 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
And we portion it and cool it overnight, and then we bring it back up on the flat top at the shop. Here we're going to use these blue steel pans from a local company here in Seattle.
And you guys were saying cooking has been a part of your lives, and you yourself were complaining about sandwiches in town.
Yeah. Why
So
not?
talk to me about how it is that you made the best sandwich.
Well, we came into this particular recipe through Chef Kevin Pumier, and at the end of the day, Ben was living over in the Tri-Cities. I was living here working at Amazon, and we were able to create a sandwich shop, I think, that is unique and delivers on a lot of different flavor profiles that people are not used to. Surprising with an oyster po' boy or a sardine sandwich or a steak tartare sandwich or a falafel sandwich. So just trying to keep it different.
And I know that we are looking at some amazing cuts of meat here, but you also do a vegetarian sandwich. Talk to me about it.
Yeah. So the falafel sandwich we make in-house is made in-house with chickpeas that we soak for 15 to 18 days, pouring off water. It's a labor of love
really
ourselves.
soft.
We do harissa beets on that with white sauce, which is one of my favorite dipping sauces in the shop. It's a lovely vegetarian sandwich as well. We can't do anything vegan in the shop because we do a lot of meat product in the shop, but we work really hard to make sure we can supply at least one sandwich for a vegetarian. And we also allow you to put a falafel on any other sandwich.
Beautiful.
Just in case you'd like to try it that way.
All right, so we do have some fresh ingredients right here.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about what this is.
So the mean sandwich comes with our house-made yellow mustard. We soak those seeds for 30 days and then create the mustard with our Robocoup.
You make this in-house.
We do. And then we also make our pickled red cabbage. We do with a red wine vinny blend that we use. And then we pick fresh mint almost daily for our mean sandwich.
All right, so we have
The
about a
build
minute
is-
left, so let's build it out.
Yeah, the build.
Talk to me about what
Yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put mustard at the top of each bun, spread it edge to edge. One of the things we talk about at the shop.
Move over, I'm good.
Yep. One of the things we talk about at the shop is every ingredient in every bite.
Oh, I love
So
that.
that is something
And
that I
that's the
work hard to
perfect
do.
sandwich, isn't it? Perfect sandwich.
I think so.
Just a little bit in every bite.
I think so. And I'm going to wait for it. One of the secrets to this mean sandwich is a little bit of sweetness that goes on in the form of Vermont maple syrup.
I love it.
We don't put a lot on, but just enough to match the intensity of the corned beef with the cabbage that we pickle.
All right, so let's give it a try. We have about 30 seconds, and this is a big boy. Oh my goodness. You won't be hungry when you visit your shop, huh?
No.
We don't skim, right?
That is about a
I
1-inch
believe
thick
it.
piece of corned beef.
All right, can I have a bite of this one?
You sure
is
can.
that okay?
You sure can. And I'll
Okay.
wrap one right now and cut it for the team.
All right, beautiful. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take a bite. Whoa! I love it. Oh, my goodness. Carly.
Oh my gosh, it looks like you're enjoying that, Mireya.
I'm having a good
I cannot
time.
believe that you can actually make your own mustard. I'm stunned by
Beautiful.
that.
These guys are in Ballard. You got to visit them.
Definitely. So good. Thank you at home so much for joining us today. And here's what we have coming up for you tomorrow. So we're going to be sitting down with actor Rob Lowe and actress Kimberly Williams Paisley to talk about their new movie, Doggone. Photojournalist Michael Driver is joining us to talk about someone who's making a huge difference in the local community. And Posado's Safe Haven is going to join us to talk about some upcoming camps to teach your kids all about animals. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow.